Susan Caroline Godsey was born healthy sometime in 1836 in Gibson County near Trenton, Tennessee. Her parents were Clinton Lacey Godsey and Julia Angel Godsey. She had one sister named Mary Godsey Journey. When she was 7 years old, the family moved to Obion County, Tennessee. When she turned 8 years old, Susan got the chills. The usual medications were prescribed, and they would work for a short time, and then symptoms would reappear. When she turned 10 years old, she went to visit her sister, Miss Journey, and while with her, got a chill. Dr. Wasson was called and prescribed the medications of delphinium and sulphuric ether, a concoction that was called Wasson's Remedy. Per usual, the medications would work for a short time and the chill would return the next day. Sometime into day 3, Susan began having convulsions. She would also have cramping of such severity that her heels would strike the back of her head or her knees would strike her chin. It is widely believed by other doctors that took over Susan's case that the medications that Wasson had prescribed had caused a new affliction of this illness. It was discovered that Wasson was prescribing a spoonful of sulphuric acid, which was a strong enough dose to kill 3 men. The reason that it did not kill her was because her condition was so severe. However, the sulphuric ether mixed with her other medications and most likely caused her new symptoms. Fearful of prosecution and a lawsuit from the Godsey family, Watson fled the area and went to Middle Tennessee, where he died a short time later. For 3 torturous years, Godsey continued having cramping spells and began vomiting blood. At the tender age of 13, Godsey began falling into a deep sleep-like state. The sleep would take on a death-like appearance, and she could not be roused. While in this state, mirrors would often be held up to her nostrils, and no moisture on them would give any indication of life. She would awaken frequently, and would have intelligent and bright conversations about whatever subject would interest her. However, after 5 minutes of conversation, she would return to her sleep. The doctors tried to keep her awake by extending the conversations, but this did not work. Before returning into the deep sleep-like state, she would bid everyone goodbye. She was unable to leave the bed for 24 years because she could not remain awake longer than a few minutes at a time. Although she was able to eat during that time, she was a very small eater. Her coal-black hair would continue to grow, but her finger and toenails never grew again and never had to be trimmed. As her condition began to gain popularity, physicians from around the world began to come to study her case and soon found that her illness was beyond their understanding. One physician came from Paris, France. He used an interpreter from Hickman, Kentucky, to communicate with the family and with Godsey during the times that she was awake. In 1867, Godsey was taken to Nashville by her family to go under the care of Dr. Robert Eve. Dr. Eve was a celebrated physician and the president of the medical college located there. Godsey was exhibited to the medical students there, but no cure could be found. In 1870, Dr. C. P. Glover and Dr. John Ray, along with Godsey's family, journeyed to St. Louis, Missouri, to a medical college there. Even though the most celebrated physicians of the area came to study her case, none of them could come up with any answers to her condition. P.T. Barnum would make several propositions to the family, including $1,000 a week and the expenses of the family, if they would allow him to exhibit their daughter. Many other showmen and museum managers would also offer enormous sums of money, but the family would turn them down, refusing to make money from the illness of their daughter. The state of sleep did not keep her from getting other illnesses. She got scarlet fever from a visitor, but no one else in the family had gotten the deadly disease. She would also get other illnesses over the years, but none were as dramatic as the scarlet fever. As the years passed by, a theory came to be that if Susan Godsey could outlive the medication that Wasson had given her, that she could live a normal life. This proved to be a possibility as she began to show signs that she could be awakened from her slumber. Sadly, because of the years of illnesses that Susan Godsey had suffered, her body was worn out and could not continue the fight. In her last deep sleep, even the doctors could not awaken her or help her in any way. She passed away October 27, 1873, at the age of 36 or 37 years old. She is buried at the Antioch Union Cemetery in Obion County, Tennessee. There were several people who stood watch to make sure that the grave robbers would not sell her body to medical science. We would love to thank all of our hosts at Discovery Park of America in Union City, Tennessee. All of your staff were helpful, kind, informative, and very well versed in the historical events that they wish to convey. Very well done. We thank you for continuing to support Kentucky Tennessee Living as we bring you the history of Kentucky and Tennessee. Please like, subscribe, and share below. Also hit the bell for notifications of future videos. And once again, be sure to leave us a "Hey y'all" in the comments section below. Thank you for continuing to support us and watch our videos.